Hi, I'm Chris Nassetta, President and CEO of Hilton, and I am absolutely thrilled to give you a preview of our 2024 Trends Report. In this new golden age of travel, guest needs are changing, and we're always innovating to better serve travelers and be their first choice when they hit the road. This year's Trends Report takes a deeper look at how generations are viewing travel, highlighting the priorities that matter most to them. For more than 100 years, we've been guided by a simple vision: to fill the earth with the light and warmth of hospitality. And even though travelers' preferences have changed in the last century, our world-class team members are leaning into these trends and creating unforgettable experiences for every guest who stays with us. Now, over to Carol Monroe to introduce a series of expert interviews that will unveil our top findings and discuss what they mean for Hilton and the whole travel industry.
Welcome, everyone. My name's Carol Monroe, Vice President of Brand Communications here at Hilton. Today, as Chris mentioned, you'll get an exclusive first look at our 2024 Global Trends Report. What millennials, Gen Z, Gen X, and baby boomers tell us about travel in the year ahead. The report will be live to the public this Thursday, October 5th. It'll spotlight the travel trends that will define the year ahead. We have an amazing lineup of panelists who were integral in the development of this report and are eager to share insights into each theme. And for the first time, joining us this year to help uncover the top trends is Jason Dorsey, researcher, best-selling author, and president of the Center for Generational Kinetics. Jason's traveled across the country to different Hilton properties and brands to speak with our experts and is here to share the most illuminating data from the report. We hope you enjoy these compelling discussions. Let's kick it off with our first theme.
Well, next year is certainly set to be an exciting year of travel. I know I am looking forward to it. And I'm thrilled to be with everyone today to talk about what we're seeing when we look ahead. I've really enjoyed learning the ways in which Hilton has adapted, always putting the guest at the forefront. And here's a theme I can really get behind: sleep. Yes, sleep. In this discussion, we'll look at how travelers across generations, every single generation, are investing in a great night's sleep while they're on the road. We're here at Tempo by Hilton, New York Times Square, this amazing hotel, the first hotel from Hilton's latest lifestyle brand, where wellness and finding one's balance is at the heart of the Tempo experience. Let's get started. Joining us to discuss this theme are Amanda Almasri, Vice President of Wellness, and Kevin Morgan, Tempo by Hilton's brand lead. Welcome to you both.
So great to be here.
Thank you for having us, Jason.
Amanda, wellness has seemingly always been a focus for Hilton. What is different now, and why do you think there's been such a focus on sleep across all generations?
What we know is that when people travel, the majority of them are looking as their number one priority for rest and relaxation. And for many of them, that means sleep. And so sleep has become a priority for us. And when we think about what we do as hoteliers, sleep is a major part of that. And so there's a natural affinity between what we can do for our guests and what sleep means to our guests.
Kevin, how do these sleep and wellness amenities show up at Tempo by Hilton, New York Times Square?
You know, we know every single day you do 6 things. You sleep, you get up, you get ready, you eat, you exercise, you probably should, you socialize, and you connect with others, and then you wind down at the end of the day. And so what we did with the actual physical plans, we took a guest room, we laid it out into 3 specific zones, right? You got a hallway that sits up front. We call that the get ready zone. You've got the bathroom itself. and you have a power down zone. And so it's things like that that we've done within the space itself to make sure that we're addressing those wellness needs for the consumer.
What kind of partnerships and initiatives are we seeing across the enterprise that are putting wellness and sleep at the forefront?
You know, we're very keen on Bluestone Lane. Bluestone Lane has been critical because they have a plant-forward menu. They've got some great smoothies. They have an avocado salad. They've got some grain bowls, but they also have sliders and burgers and that kind of stuff that maybe you can indulge with. And so the partnership with Bluestone Lane has been great because they've been able to help us achieve this sort of healthy with indulgent balance.
Amanda?
Well, first I'll talk about our incredible partnership with Peloton. And we have a bike in every hotel in the United States. And we've recently rolled out the program to every hotel in Germany and the UK and many locations in Canada. And what that's meant to guests is that they can take routine that they love on the road and can be sure that every Hilton tour that they walk in, that they can expect that experience. But when we think about other wellness partnerships, we often zoom out and try and understand what it is that's most meaningful to our guests. One of those things, as we look at sleep, is finding ways to not only deliver an incredible sleep experience, which we are doing with things like pillow menus. We know that 1 in 4 baby boomers cares and wants to know more about the mattress that they will have when they stay with us. We know that 20% of guests travel with their own pillows, and they're doing that not because their pillow is better than a pillow we might have, but because they're worried about the consistency of pillows that they've experienced when they travel. Our goal is to provide not only a great pillow, but to make sure that we've communicated why that pillow is selected and give them a level of comfort about what they can expect to experience when they stay with us.
Kevin, how do the designs of the guest rooms play into these wellness and sleep amenities?
If you take the guest room, the Tempo guest room itself, and you lay it out into the 3 areas, the get ready zone, the power down zone, and the guest suite. You know, that front space is designed for somebody to get up in the morning, get ready. They can do some yoga in the space that they want because we've moved the wall over and we've made that space bigger. When you go into the actual bathroom itself, you have an oversized shower and you have a Bluetooth speaker that's up on that mirror so you can listen to your podcast in the morning. You can get great shower experience. And then within the actual guest room in the main area, you can power down because we've moved the desk itself and the work into the front of the space. We've created an open area. There's some kinetic artwork that's up there. And we've really said, this is a space for you to end your day, rest and relax and sort of power down. For example, the charging puck that sits in the guest room itself. You think that charging puck that sits on the side there, well, yeah, it's an operationally cost-efficient way to deliver charging for a consumer. But it also takes into consideration that you may not get out of bed to get your cable to charge your phone. So you're going to have to make a decision. Do I want to charge my phone or do I want to look at it in bed? And so we're forcing a mindfulness hack there. And it's little things like that that you'll see throughout the stay and throughout the actual hotel that's meant to, you know, address these little micro steps in wellness.
As we look ahead to 2024, what innovations or programs are you most excited about?
The one thing that is really exciting for us is this spirit-free and free-spirited cocktail movement. And that's a trend that I think is here to stay. So we're super excited about sort of what's happening in the food and beverage space and how that's evolving, but mainly it's this spirit-free and free-spirited cocktail that's sort of got us the most excited right now.
Amanda?
Well, really going to double down on spa and fitness, 2 things that we have always been known for, and find new and innovative ways to continue our work in those areas. We don't want to be didactic about how we engage with wellness and our guests. We don't mean to tell them what it means to be well. We want to react to their needs and where they are in their wellness journey. So creating unique and regionally relevant opportunities to engage with these practices, no matter where you are in the world, whether it's in your room, whether it's in our meetings and events, or even in our public spaces, finding small ways to have a mindful moment, a quiet moment, a moment away.
Amanda and Kevin, thank you so much for your time today. It's been wonderful to be with you. In this discussion, we'll be exploring how, in a tech-enabled world, travelers of all ages are looking for innovative and seamless digital solutions to simplify their experience and personalize their stay. We're here at Hilton Dallas Lincoln Center, one of Hilton's key properties, leading the way when it comes to connectivity and personalization. They're a great example of truly meeting the needs of travelers of all ages. Let's check it out. Joining us to discuss this theme is Dan Morton, Vice President of Guest Experience, and Christian Cabot-Bini, Executive Director, Corporate Travel Sales. Welcome to you both.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Thanks. Great to be here.
So, travelers of all ages are looking for digital solutions that will relieve any friction points in their travel experiences. How is Hilton engaging with these varied preferences among different generations when it comes to digital booking?
About 80% of global travelers, according to our survey, want to be able to book their entire stay online. And that cuts across all generations, even as Gen Z is a little bit higher, perhaps. Let's look at property filters. Property filters are one of the ways that we simplify the guest experience and meet our customer preferences. In the first half of 2023, among the top filters that have converted into bookings are EV charging, digital key, and pet friendly. And that's really interesting because that tells us a lot about what our guests are interested in. And it tells us a lot about what travelers at large are interested in.
We see the same thing, Dan, with our corporate travelers. The ability to personalize the experience is also a key area of interest. Choice and loyalty are also increasingly important to travelers. The survey showed that 3 in 5 travelers have expressed an interest in putting all of their loyalty against a credit card or a brand in order to maximize the benefits. So really, this is something that's not just for corporate travels, but also for leisure, and an area where we have an opportunity to help our travelers realize the benefits of that loyalty.
I love that. So the in-room experience has certainly changed over the years, right? We can all agree with that. As these different generations move through their travels, what are some important innovations for them? Dan?
So our survey tells us that 76% of global travelers appreciate an app that reduces stress and friction in their travel journey. So it's not all that surprising that Digital Key and Digital Key Share are among the most popular features of the Hilton Honors app. In fact, in the first half of 2023, guests downloaded 9.8 million digital keys and shared over 600,000 of those keys with their travel companions. And to that end, our connected room experience has now been deployed in over 1,000 properties, welcoming guests by name on the TV, enabling them to access popular streaming apps, providing them relevant hotel information, and even allowing them to use the Hilton Honors app as a convenient remote control. And we're also enabling our team members to engage our guests wherever they are through mobile messaging. Mobile messaging is currently available in over 2,300 of our properties worldwide. Also, we're focused on simplifying and reducing friction in the payment experience. For example, well over half of our portfolio currently supports contactless payments. And we're expanding that rapidly, and there's a lot more to come.
Wow, so personalization, customization, the filters you want, finding exactly what you want to make it the experience you need. It's super exciting. When it comes to business travelers, what connectivity and personalization options are most important? Christian?
Well, certainly a lot of the things that Dan was just talking about really enable that traveler experience. Certainly what we've seen is also with more people working from home and working remotely, an increased demand in meetings. What we found certainly is that there is no replacement for the power of in-person meetings, for collaboration, to build culture, to build creativity.
Christian and Dan, thank you so much for today. It's been wonderful to get to hear just how important connectivity and personalization really are, and how Hilton is going above and beyond for guests of every generation, which I find very exciting as a generational researcher. I can't wait to see more of this at your properties next year. Thanks so much for your time today. It's been incredible to get a front row seat to see how some of these innovations are coming to life across Hilton's enterprise. In this next discussion, we'll look at how, even in times of economic uncertainty, consumers are prioritizing one thing over and over: the value of amazing experiences and connections. Conrad, Washington, D.C. is not only one of Hilton's premier luxury properties, it also epitomizes everything I've just mentioned all in one place. It's where excellent dining and fantastic beverage experiences meet bold design, purposeful service, and impactful experiences, all in the city center. That's why it's a perfect backdrop for this great discussion. Let's get started. Joining us to discuss this theme are Adam Heffron, General Manager, Conrad, Washington, D.C., and Keisha Kelly-Thompson, Senior Director, Global Music and Entertainment Partnerships. Welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Keisha, let's start with you. Across generations, we're seeing global travelers let their sense of wanderlust lead them to really focus on culture and experiences to drive their leisure travel in the year ahead. How are you anticipating what travelers will prioritize in their budgets in the coming year?
As I look at 2024, I really think people will continue to focus on experiences. All this pent-up demand to be out and spend time with their friends and family. We're really continuing to see that. Even in 2022, when we relaunched the Honors Experiences platform, we had a record year. This year has been no different, and I expect that to continue as people really want to spend time and have meaningful moments with their family and friends. And that could be through experiences where they're spending time at a concert, seeing their favorite band, a full weekend of exclusive experiences.
Adam, what about you?
At Conrad, and specifically at Conrad, Washington, D.C., for us, it's really important that we curate wonderful experiences for our guests. And that starts from really pre-booking all the way through and post-stay. We really emphasize communicating very closely with our guests to better understand exactly what they're looking for so that we can curate this experience that really is unforgettable. In fact, I think what's most fascinating is we've spent the last several months planning out exactly what all of those experiences on property can look like so that we're budgeted appropriately, and we've planned and we're capable of executing them at a high level. And they'll include things like cooking classes through estuary, bar and cocktail classes, but also local partnerships. We have the best shopping here in Washington, D.C. In fact, you can't find better luxury shopping than you'll find right here in City Center. And so just last week, we hosted one of the designers here to do a trunk show out of the bar. We're looking for all these different ways, these unexpected ways to really layer experiences for our guests. And I think that's what 2024 will look like for us.
Another way travelers are reconnecting with friends and family is through shared cultural experiences, like entertainment and sports. Keisha, how are you leaning into this for those travelers craving those experiences in 2024?
One of the areas that we've really seen that our customers are passionate is around F1 racing, and we're a partner with McLaren, and getting to go to the track and see those cars speed around, our customers really enjoy those moments. And it's such an exclusive experience being able to go to the Paddock Club and even meet some of the drivers. So leaning into F1 and that partnership is one of the things that we've really been focused on.
How will culture and seeking connections with the people and places around them play a role in how travelers will want to see the world?
I think starting with food and beverage, food and beverage is a place where you have a chance to spend time with loved ones, right? Every single time you go out to have drinks or have dinner, that's a chance to make a memory. So we have these wonderful chef partnerships, not only in Conrad, but really across the portfolio with Nancy Silverton or Heinz Beck or Jose Andres. They're all over. And I think we're finding that that's increasingly important for the future traveler.
As we look ahead to 2024, what innovations are you most excited about?
So we're really excited about continuing to lean in and leverage our culinary and F&B experiences. Our customers really love being able to experience something new, whether it's a new chef or a really new dining experience, or, people are really into wonderful cocktails. So as we continue to focus on F&B in 2024, we think that our customers will really want to use their honors points to be able to, whether it's go to the James Beards Awards or maybe experience their favorite chef at the Conrad here in DC or in LA or Vegas, because they're really wanting to spend the time with their friends and families in those moments.
Keisha and Adam, thanks so much.
Thanks again for having us.
Thank you so much, Jason.
We're here at Embassy Suites Washington, D.C. Convention Center, a property that saw a 142% increase in small meeting and event bookings in just the first half of 2023, as groups sought out more valuable in-person connections. So the team here, they really know a thing or two about our theme today. Joining us to discuss this theme is Geraldine Horan, VP Group Sales and Strategic Accounts, and Jess Pettit, SVP Commercial Strategy, Insights, and Analytics. Welcome to you both.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Where and when people work has definitely shifted since the pandemic. There's no doubt about it. How have you thought about this shift at Hilton? How has that affected things like booking patterns and on-property experience?
Yeah, it's really interesting when you think about it. Before the pandemic, we would talk about this mythical bleisure traveler, this customer that would stay with us through our shoulders on Sunday night and then have an extended stay through the week. Now we're actually seeing, with the increased amount of work flexibility that exists, we're actually seeing that workation occur, right? Folks that are willing to go to a market, experiencing it through the entire week, have their families come with them and travel in some cases. And that's created a shift in the types of stays that we're seeing, right?
And I would add to that, that's sort of our leisure traveler. But if you think about the meetings and events side of things, where people are holding meetings has totally changed. Why they're holding them and the size has totally changed. So there's a need to bring teams together to build culture and to, train people and all sorts of reasons. And so when they come together now, they might be looking at a hotel nearby the office so that, previously you wouldn't have had to do that because everyone was in the office. Or they might be in other places, secondary and tertiary cities where there might be people living in those areas that didn't before. So it's created a kind of a change in the kind of meeting, but also the sort of hotels people might use. So, the purpose of a meeting and the brand that it fits is continually evolving.
How are we seeing travelers enhance their professional and personal life on the road?
I think travelers are really looking at their experience in a hotel very differently today. So when you look at some of our new hotels and some of our brands like Canopy and others, we've got lots of cool spaces where you can sort of, get cozy and hang out and talk to people and connect. And so I guess the answer to me would be really kind of keeping so many of those things that they realized were important to them and that they committed to during COVID to be able to do that while they're still on the road.
Yeah, and so many of us cut the cord with our cable companies. We want to bring that content with us, right? So to have that sort of relationship with a brand that includes that in our app, right? And make sure that you can save your favorites, save that time of having to log in. That it's kind of a pain, right? So to know that brand has that relationship with you, and something that's really important to us is to keep you connected to the content that matters to you.
Yeah, if I'm streaming something and I'm committed and I want to binge it, I want to continue to binge it when I'm on the road.
Research has also shown that the modern business traveler's needs are constantly changing. How is Hilton innovating to ensure it's up to date on the latest ways to appeal to this evolving traveler?
It's the creation of brands like Project H3 that we announced recently, and it's the increased propensity for extended stay travel, right? So we're trying to build products that really suit the needs of all of our guests, but we're seeing so many more customers that are looking for that long-term stay and having a travel experience that really matches with it.
Yeah. I think the other thing we talk about a lot is, the whole digital journey that we've been on. And, we want to be able to meet our customers where they are. And they also got so used to doing everything, at their fingertips. And so we want to make sure we can engage that way. But then, the thing is managing that digitization with the human touch. So we are in the hospitality industry, and we do want to have that connection with our guests and make sure that it's a reliable and friendly stay every time. And so a lot of what we're doing is also freeing up our team members in our hotels on property, to be able to have that, more meaningful engagement with our guests when they're ready for it.
One of the often overlooked segments of customers are SMBs, or small and medium-sized businesses. And their travel sustained throughout the pandemic, right? It was the lifeblood of their business. It was so essential that they continue to stay at our hotels. And so it's been really critical to us to build technology solutions that work for them. And that's one of our key focuses over the next year or so.
Yes, absolutely. We've had a lot of focus on that the last year or so, to make it easy for them to book with us, to recognize them when they book with us, to allow them to book directly, with us on a platform that's designed for small and medium-sized businesses. And we see that as a real opportunity. I think 85% of the business travel that we see in our hotels is from small and medium-sized businesses. So
wow,
so that's
incredible.
That's a lot of business, yeah.
As we look ahead to 2024, what innovations are you most excited about in the world of business travel?
We want to make sure we're with our customers where they need us. So, we talk about how any given customer has several different personas. So you might be a great Hampton Inn customer when you're going with your son or daughter on soccer, travel soccer weekends. Or you might be, for work going on an extended stay project. So you're at Project H3 or Spark or one of our Homewood Suites hotels. Or you might be, going to a conference in Las Vegas and you're at a big, Virgin hotel. So we want to make sure that where our customers are going, we've got a product that fits their need, and it's led to some really exciting developments.
Yeah, and so often we get caught up in the big trends like the metaverse or generative AI, but it is those little things that matter during your stay experience. The innovations we've had recently around connecting rooms that can be confirmed, automated upgrades, the things that matter to us that travel. What I get really excited about is what's next in that space, right? The things that we're going to do to reduce the friction that exists in a customer's experience and unlocking it through our app, right? Because that becomes so much more ubiquitous as part of the hotel stay.
Geraldine and Jess, thank you so much for your time today, for this great conversation. It's been really wonderful to get your insights.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
We've had some incredibly insightful conversations, and I'd like to thank everyone for sharing their thoughts. There is so much to look forward to this new year, and we can't wait for all the exciting things the future of travel holds. To close this out, I'd love to take us back to Tempo by Hilton Times Square, where Kamal Ahmed, the hotel's restaurant director, and Adam Cracchini, Hilton's Senior Vice President and Global Head of Food and Beverage, will give you a sneak peek of Tempo's exciting new cocktail program.
I hope you enjoyed your preview of Hilton's 2024 Trends Report. I'm here today at Tempo by Hilton Times Square with Kamal Ahmed. Kamal, great to be with you today.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you. Thanks for stopping by.
What do you have in store for us?
Today we're going to make two different drinks, one spirited, one free-spirited, known as the Tokyo Drift. This is our commitment to our guests in order to enhance our food and beverage program here at Tempo by Hilton. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with a free-spirited cocktail. This is essentially a take on, let's say if someone wants something savory, something tarty, something sweet, minus the alcohol itself.
Okay.
So first off is a tart cherry juice, 0.5 ounces, followed by pomegranate juice, giving that additional viscosity, flavor, and then fresh squeezed lemon juice as well to add that little additional citrus kick. The key component in this is basically 2 ounces of Layers non-spirited. So this is your replacement for bourbon or any other kind of spirit that you might like in this
fantastic.
particular drink.
And I see you have Luxardo cherries there too.
Yes, Luxardo cherry is one of the other main components that goes at the very end, as well as the garnish for the drink.
Beautiful.
It's simply 2-ounce bar spoon, just to add that little additional sweetness to it.
Fantastic. So this is very similar to a Manhattan or an old fashioned, given the bourbon and some of the Luxardo cherry and some of the sourness from the lemon?
Correct. So it's that herbaceous content coming out from your cherry and the charred juice, followed by with the sweetness of the Luxardo cherry as well.
Great. Look at that, what a beautiful garnish.
All right.
Fantastic, thank
Cheers.
you, Kamal.
Enjoy.
Looking forward to it. Great color, great flavor, beautiful garnish. It's a well-made cocktail.
Now that you've tried the free spirited, I'm going to add a little kick to it as well. All right, starting off with our 2 bar spoon of Luxardo cherry syrup, adding that little sweetness to cut the tardiness of our black tart cherry juice, along with the pomegranate juice and the lemon juice as well.
So you're basically making this cocktail exactly the same as the free-spirited cocktail and just subbing out the spirit, if you will.
Exactly. So I'm going to sub out the layers that we use for the non-alcoholic with some delicious Japanese whiskey.
Beautiful. Love Japanese whiskey.
That's right.
The beauty of this program, I think, Kamal, is the fact that our guests really get to enjoy cocktails and get to take their time and pace themselves throughout the course of the evening. So, for instance, if I don't really feel like drinking all night long, I can alternate between a Tokyo Drift, spirited or free-spirited, correct?
Correct. And then I have guests at times who start off with the free-spirited and quickly turn into something spirited. Or vice versa, I have guests who stay with the free-spirited all night long just because it's so well thought out between a cocktail that's done with spirit and free-spirit as well.
Great. Now we'll see how this stacks up when you pour that drink. Look at that color. It's almost identical. It is identical, actually. Brilliant. And I noticed that we're using some really nice clear ice in there, Japanese hard ice, I would assume.
Yes, this is all in-house crushed ice.
Fabulous.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Good ice makes a good cocktail, as they
sir.
say. All right, here goes nothing. You ready?
Cheers.
That is a brilliant cocktail. You know what's even better? They taste identical.
Oh.
Well done. Just a fantastic program. And for everyone at home, I know that we have this incredible cocktail kit that we've sent you and really encourage you to do a spirited and free-spirited cocktail side by side with each other to get to experience the same thing that we are here today at Tempo by Hilton Times Square. And we hope, more importantly, to see you at a Tempo hotel coming to a neighborhood near you very soon.